Hello, staunch boogers. I am PsyStarcraft, and welcome to another StarCraft 2 commentary. It is a Zerg versus Zerg on Metalopolis, and my opponent is going to be Ruxin as the red Zerg in the top. I am in the bottom as the blue Zerg, vilePsY, representing vilegaming.com. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch TV, twitch.tv. I stream almost every day, not quite, but if you want to know when I am streaming and watch that awesome entertainment show fiasco dealio, you can follow me on any of those sites I listed. And it's a lot of good fun. I try to answer questions from fans, I give analysis of what I'm doing during the stream for the most part, and best of all, I rage and I BM. So it's good times for everybody. Now let me actually look up Ruxin's rank real fast. At SC2ranks.com, I know he is up there somewhere. Let's find out where he is. Ruxin should have been prepared, but I was not. That's a beeping sound. Oh my gosh, this is the worst video ever. Did not come prepared. I am a loser. Oh, he's a Grandmaster. Okay, he is rank 120th as a Grandmaster. So another Grandmaster game for you guys today. I hope you enjoy it. And I am compressing a video while recording this, and my computer is running fantastically. I am so happy about that. But you're going to see my new ZVZ build. Well, not my new one, the one that I've been using for a long time. The one that dies outright to like anything 10 pool or faster, and that I just kind of hope I don't die with. But it's going to be a 15 hatch and then a 16 pool. That's so late, I know. Looks like I might actually, nope, gonna go for a 16 pool. 15 hatch, 16 pool. Already you're thinking, wow, you're droning up 2 more times before you throw down your pool after your hatchery. And I'm thinking, yeah, dude, especially, well, actually it doesn't make sense. I was gonna say especially if he's cross position, but if we were close island air positions, I would be able to see exactly what he's doing, and I'd know it if I'd be able to get away with that. Now I don't really know what he's doing. Now there are a couple flaws with this build that I'll go over as they come up. I already mentioned the first one, where if he goes like a 10 pool, 11 pool, something like that, it's going to be really bad. I'm not going to have links for so long. He's actually going speed first. He did go gas first, so his speed would be ready to start right when the spawning pool came. He pulled off every single drone but one. Meanwhile, down here, we have myself at 18 out of 18, and you've got to start that Overlord. And then you make an extractor, and this does 2 things. Obviously, it sets you up for gas, and 2, it frees a supply so that you can build a drone while your Overlord is training. There's that larva, and that guy is going to become a drone, and hopefully he will survive for his entire life. I wish I could hotkey him just so I can see if he's like going to be alive the entire time, but unfortunately you can't. Hatchery is done. You have enough money to produce a queen at each hatchery, about 4 Zerglings. You might want to get more Zerglings depending on what you scout with the Overlords, but one important part of this build is keeping Overlords at the chokes of your opponent so you know exactly what they're sending, when they're sending it, and so on. So that's what I'm trying to do with these 2 guys. Sometimes they will choose to send out a queen and knock your Overlords away, in which case it's really annoying. But he's only sending out 2 Lings right now. He's got 4 of them just kind of blocking the ramp, denying any kind of scouting. And they're actually going to be really annoying, picking off 1 drone. I'm still up by 3, 17, 15. And he's actually going to deny this spine for a little bit. He's doing quite a bit of damage and going for the second drone. I'm trying to make an extractor with him, but he actually kills 2 drones with just 1 Ling getting lost. Looks like he's going to lose that second Ling. No, not quite. So nice pickup right there from Ruxin. Really heads up using those 2 Lings to their best of their ability. 4 Lings on the way and a Baneling nest. Now the point of this build is to keep 2 guys on gas. That's all the gas you're going to need. Throw down a Roach Warren right after you start your queens, and you have enough money. You can drone up as well. And still, I'm only at 4 Lings. I'm at 2 spines. And while this build does involve lack of Lings and a lack of spines, and he actually ran into the base, so that's not really that much of a problem. Lack of Lings and lack of spines, what it does excel in is giving you harvesters, and it really solidifies your defense. Looks like he's going to be going for another drone, but he's going to get out of there. He does pick off 1 drone there, and he's going to try to run away, but it's not really going to happen. He's not even going to try to micro that drone back, so now I've got 2 spines. I've got 2 spines, I've got a Roach Warren, and once these drones pop, I'll have a 3 drone advantage. Now, I did lose a couple drones carelessly, like 3 or 4 drones carelessly, so you have to take that into account. But the great thing is, I'm ahead in harvesters. I've got more units right now. I've got the same amount of Overlords, but I've got better tech. His Banelings aren't going to be useful once I get my Roaches out. So I feel like I got out of this opener just fine, and I'm doing pretty well. Looks like he's going to try to be even more aggressive with these Lings, and this is the point where you want to get 4 or 5 Roaches, place 3 Roaches at the ramp to block it off, and then put the rest like around in the mineral line. And you have to be really attentive. You have to have some decent micro Here come 4 more roaches against any kind of lings that come. Looks like he's actually making them into banelings. So I guess he's just going to roll into my mineral line and hope to do a lot of damage there. I don't think he's going to try to kill me with this, but some economic damage might be had. Pestering my queen a little bit there. I've got about 5 roaches. And notice what my overlords are doing. Absolutely nothing. You want to spread your overlords everywhere. Everywhere. So a small mistake already. And this is what happens from a small mistake. Ruxin moving in with these banelings from the side. 2 gas coming for myself and a lair. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to react in this time. Here come the banelings. Oh no, I'm not pulling anything away. Oh, they're going to blow up so many drones. Oh my god. You go over here. You go over here. You guys go out here. You got to watch your base. You got to protect your base. That should not have happened. I was in such a great position. He wasted so many Zerglings. Just doing not a whole lot, except those ones in the beginning were pretty badass. And now I'm watching it a little better, but still, they're gonna pick off what three more drones just for 2 banelings. So he's doing a great job there. But you know, at this point, I'm not really panicking. I'm not like, oh my god, I'm gonna lose this game. I'm thinking, you know, he's using a lot of supply on Zerglings and banelings and the baneling nest. I don't think I'm gonna be too far behind at this point. And if you look at the harvesters, it's actually true. It's 32 to 35, and my lair was very fast. Spire is already on the way, and Ruxin himself looks like he is droning up, mix of drones and Zerglings. A couple more Zerglings just kind of chilling on the outskirts. And now I'm positioning my overlords where they need to be, so I can see everything I need to see. That rhymed, I need to be. And is trying to prod in with these Zerglings, see exactly what I'm doing. And another cool thing about this build, you go straight into a Spire once you get your lair, by the way. Another cool thing about this build is they see those roaches. They see that you have at least 5 roaches. And they think that you're kind of committed to roaches, so it's very neat. It's kind of a misleading thing. It might force them into getting roaches of their own, or maybe like a Spire with worse gas collection or something like that. So I think it's a lot of fun. Is it the best build in the world? No, but I've had a lot of success with it, and the best part about it is it avoids banelings completely. Ruxin investing more gas on these banelings, so I realize, you know, you're spending so much gas on these banelings, Ruxin. If you do go mutas, you are not going to have much gas at all, and you can see here he's not even mining off of that last extractor. Harvester count now even at 16, or 16, where did I get that number? Harvester count was even at 50. These banelings are going to get the heck out of there. Are they going to be scouted? No, Roach is not the best sight range in the world, but the Spire has completed. 8 mutas on the way, as well as +1 attack. What does Ruxin have to deal with this? He's only got some roaches. He's got an overseer, but he's not going to accomplish a whole lot with this. I do see this expansion coming up, and mutas offer incredible map control. They're going to allow me to take out this expansion. I don't think he's going to be able to react in time to it. They're going to allow me to take my own expansion, as you can see here. And they're going to allow me to pick off that overseer. But he saw my mutas. He's now immediately responding with a spore crawler or 2 or 3 or 5 and a Hydralisk den. Now this is kind of a critical moment in the game. How much damage can I do with these mutas? And oh my gosh, look at this. He just built so many buildings. He's down to 43 harvesters. How much damage can I do with these mutas? And the critical point, I mean, he built a Hydra den against mutas. Now Hydras, if you don't know, are so fucking terrible. You don't want to get Hydras, especially on 2 base. You really want to go for Infestor, and maybe once you're able to take a 3rd base with your Infestors, you know, preventing any kind of super muta harass, then go for a mixture of Hydras, because Hydras are just bad. They're just bad units all around, even against air. They're not very good, and you're going to see that in a moment. Now, this attack was just kind of a stall tactic. He knew he wasn't going to do anything. He was pretty sure I was going to spot them, but he just wanted to lay the mutas for his Hydras to get out, for some spores to come up, and he did just that, but he lost so many roaches, and this is where the switch comes into play. You can see I'm getting roach speed. You can see I'm getting my 2 gas up my expansion that has just now completed. Baneling's just kind of chilling here, so they're going to come into play later. And now we have 13 mutas against 7 Hydras and a queen. Now, obviously, the numbers are a bit lopsided. Now, 14 mutas, but Hydras, they just die so fast. Look at this. They don't even have time to take a couple shots off. For something who's supposed to be good at anti-air, they're not even very cost-effective against mutas. I'm going to continue to rally in mutas, and he's going to try to get a couple more shots off, but they are so terrible. I can't stress that enough. Now, 8 more drones on the way and 3 more mutas. Roach speed about halfway done. Ruxin himself has the +2 attack going on, and here come the Banelings. Oh, not the best splash there. And I'm going to be producing 3 spines because I think he might be kind of trying that trickery, some more of that trickery in the future. And now here comes the transition. The mutas offer great map control, able to take a third base, able to do a lot of economic damage, mainly by just forcing spores and stuff like that. And the transition comes. And the great thing about this transition is your opponent is going to be heavy in Hydras, and now you're going to be transitioning into Roaches, and it really catches them off guard. Roaches are way more cost effective than Hydras when they fight each other. And it's going to be awesome. You can see the harvest count is now 67 to 40. I'm reaching that amount that I want to be at. The supply count is 90 to 141. And he's still not producing an infestation pit. Actually, there it is, but it is a bit exposed. Got to be careful about the placement of your Zerg buildings when it's a ZVZ. Fourth base now on the way. Harvester 76 to 40. Production tab showing some more mutas for me, so it looks like I am going to be sticking with mutas until I see some infestors possibly. 6 more overlords to get out of the supply cabbage. And I'm going to just poke in and see if I can do some harassment. Now you have to be very careful at this point. This is where he's going to have infestors and some fungal growth. But as we can see here, none of that yet. The +1 on the mutas is helping tremendously against those buildings. Queen going down, Spore Crawler going down, another Spore Crawler going down. The Hydra's trying to respond in time. And this is where I spot a throbbing infestation pit. I don't want him to get infestors, and I certainly don't want him to get infestors with the upgrade. And I was able to snipe that. Hydras are so bad, man. If you had like 2 infestors there, all these mutas would be slowed. They'd be pretty much dead. And the Hydras just aren't able to do anything. They couldn't even get there in time, and it's just a big giant mess. He's now reproducing the infestation pit, and my mutas fly around for another harassment opportunity. Now a 5th base on the way for me. The gold base is soon to be up and running. Harvester's now 75 to 35, killing a couple more drones, forcing another infestation pit to have to go down. And it's just not looking good for him. I've got 21 mutas, and you know, he's only got 26 Hydras and 6 Roaches, and I've already have 22 Roaches with +1 attack, +1 armor on the way. 2 spores rooting into the 3rd base. Hydras slowly making their way over, but again, they can't do anything. You need infestors against mutas. Going straight up Hydras versus mutas is the worst thing you can do. It just does not work. It really does not work. Now this Overlord in decent position to see these Roaches. Looks like these Roaches are going for my 3rd base. They're going to see the 4th base. Are they going to double back? No, they're going to go for the Harvesters of this base. But I've got those 22 Roaches or so. How many do I have now? 29 Roaches, and I have 9 more on the way. A couple Spines just to stall as long as I can so those Roaches can't really move up and harass those drones. And I'm just going to send in the Roaches and just clean up his Roaches. He is +2 on the attack, but I'm going to try to catch up with him on the upgrades. You can see the +2 going right there. Clean that up. Mutas, meanwhile, coming into the main once more. I am looking for that infestation pit. I'm trying to find it because I don't want him to get any upgrades. Oh, the upgrade. It's throbbing once more. It's like a throbbing penis of upgradiness. And the Hydra's coming in. They're slow asses once again. Is it going to go down in time? One more wave. Yes, the infestation pit does go down. The upgrade not able to complete. He's producing 5 infestors that will not have the upgrade. Food supply now 200 to 120, 130. And he's trying to make some Roaches, but I don't know what that's going to really do. Meanwhile, the Roaches, if you hadn't seen on the mini-map, have been harassing as well. And that forced him to leave the game. That just kind of pushed him over the edge. Let me go back to that real fast, yeah. Right after my mutas ran away is when my Roaches just came in. They kind of split bases and finished him off, so very one-sided game. You know, his Banelings were kind of a scare early on, but despite losing a lot of drones, I droned up better than him, and the build just kind of trumped him. He really needed infestors, not Hydras. So hope you guys realize how bad Hydras are, and tell Blizzard that they're stupid. Yeah. Okay, bye.